Hello and welcome to the Dig Sideline Podcast. This is episode 14. My name is Patrick Alonia, and I'm here today with two new guests. Actually, one of them has been here before, but my co-host Sam DeCosmo is not able to make it this time. But I'm going to go ahead and let them introduce themselves, and we'll start with you, Al.
On this week's episode of the Al and Joe Podcast, I'm your host, Alex Stadnik. With me always is Joseph Edward Iverson. Hi, I'm Alex. I'm the second fluffiest Viking fan, as I was told on Facebook after my first appearance. Just love the purple and gold. What are you looking at?
Second fluffiest?
Yeah, because I
Who's
introduced
number one?
my boss, who is like twice my size.
Oh, was it your boss that said it?
And yeah,
I got you.
yeah, and he's like, I don't know about that. So,
That's fun.
second fluffiest Viking fan. I can handle that.
Yeah.
So, and the last fluffiest Viking fan.
Not much fluff.
Yeah.
I'm Joe Iverson. I am new to the Vikings fan game. I'm just kidding. Pat just makes fun of me because he thinks I'm not a real fan.
That's not true.
You started
That is
watching
not true. What are you
started
talking
watching,
about?
Week three? Week 3 this year?
This year?
First game?
I just started watching.
Yeah.
I've never heard of the Vikings
Before that, yeah.
No. Yeah.
Anywho, and why don't you guys quick say, where you guys are from and what you guys usually do, just so we have a little background.
So, Joe and I, my intro that I gave, Joe and I host a movie podcast, which we actually have to record later tonight, where we just talk about movies, review them, discuss them, rave about them, all the above. Yeah, it's good. It's a good time. If you like movies, you should come on by the Draft House.
If you like silly things and silly people.
I said it last time, but I don't know who gets to the end of podcasts these days. So Draft House is a play on the Al and Joe Draft House is a play on the Alamo Draft House. It's a theater chain. I don't know if anyone caught that. Maybe
Anybody cares.
we're too smart.
They care. We're gonna get some new followers.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's where you can check us out. But we're not here to talk about movies.
We're here to talk about the Lions-Vikings game.
Yes.
Which
Lion.
I thoroughly... Lion!
Lion!
But no, so it was a 42-30 victory, a very high-scoring game. I feel like
Shellacking.
there's quite a bit to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
But I just wanted you guys' initial thoughts. How great has Kirk Cousins been the last 3 weeks?
I think he's the savior of not only NFL, but of the world.
Yeah.
I think he is the Messiah, reincarnated.
Listen, I have one thing to say.
Okay.
And it's to all the Kirk Cousins haters, especially you. Okay? You with me?
I'm looking right at you, bud.
Because everybody's been talking, everybody's been doing the stats of his record against winning teams, his fumble stats and his interceptions and all that. But there's a new stat that they can look at now.
Yeah, go ahead,
a
Joe.
new stat that I took a screenshot of because I love it. Kirk Cousins is the first player in NFL history to pass for 300 plus yards and have a passer rating of 130 plus in 3 straight games. Best quarterback in the history of the NFL. Period.
Okay, so that's great, but I mean, aren't we expecting that of a guy who's getting paid as much as he is? And sue me for
To make history?
Sue me for expecting that more often than we've seen.
You expected that giving him money would mean he'd make history?
No, I'm just saying I think that the reason why he got paid as much as he did,
Yes,
it's to justify.
I completely
Okay,
agree.
yeah.
I'm just fucking with you.
I think usually the answer lies in between, and you both are correct. Yeah, he's been playing out of his mind, and I do think it's Stefanski and Kubiak that need a little credit on this too, because
sure.
I think they're playing more to his strengths. I get so excited when I see play action.
It's my favorite thing.
It really is. It's really great. My only worry with it right now is it felt like a majority of them were rolling to the left, which I don't want teams to start keying on. I don't want that to be the only thing.
Right.
Which is weird because he's a right-handed quarterback, correct?
Right. Yep.
I don't know, the way he contorts his body, it just works.
Well, and it's funny you mentioned that because on the one to Thielen, where I think we all kind of clenched up and held our breath, he had to readjust his body so he could throw with his right hand.
Yeah.
And then he barely hit a Thielen on the end there, which is a phenomenal catch and toe drag.
Yeah.
So that's a really good point that you're making.
Yeah. But also, if he underthrows that at all, that's picked.
Oh, right. Yeah, that went just over the defender's hand.
And he had a couple of those today, or Sunday, that I was like, I said it on the first time I was on there, I was like, no quarterback we've had in the last 10 years could have made that specific throw.
Right.
And I love what I'm seeing out of him. I think he is doing a phenomenal job in these couple of weeks.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And just to hit his stat line, he was 24 for 34.
Mm-hmm.
He had 337 yards, 4 TDs, and no picks.
Love it.
That's wild.
He's only had 1 pick in the last three games or 4 games.
And that
was Diggs' fault.
That was Diggs' fault. Yeah.
So he's stepping up. I am a firm believer in life. It's not the mistakes you make that make you, it's how you respond to them.
Right.
And since that Bears game, he has been on fire and he's been doing what we've needed.
Yeah. I do want to talk about, while he has been, are you talking about Cousins or Diggs? Cousins. Okay. Well, I want to talk about Diggs since you brought him up. While he has been on an absolute tear, I'd like to talk about some of the, I feel like, slightly mental errors. Like, we're not used to seeing this out of Diggs.
Yeah.
The drop passes.
Yep.
I think he's got 3 fumbles in the year now.
Yeah.
The drop pass that went through his hands that was picked off.
Yep. Yeah.
You know, I'm just kind of wondering, is he still kind of in that cloud since that outburst, or what? Do you have any thoughts on that?
I mean, it's not like it's every play.
No, but I feel like it's a little more uncharacteristic of
Definitely.
Diggs, is what I'm saying.
Definitely.
Here's what I'll say. I think that I think we were were flies on the wall. I don't think this would have been as big of a deal actually in house than the media made it. I think this was manufactured. I think ESPN was, you
talking about
chomping at
his,
the bit,
like,
his outburst
like,
type of thing.
Yeah.
He acted like a diva. There's no doubt about it. But like, I think ESPN wanted him to be traded somewhere. I think they liked that idea, and that's why they played that narrative up.
Yeah, they like to play up the drama. It's entertainment.
So, but I do think that much noise, it's impossible to stay totally like mistake free because of that. So if that's in your head, the diva thing, am I living up to my contract type of idea, I do think that can cause distractions. So I think it plays a role. I personally think that whole thing was overblown.
Yeah. No, it probably was. But regardless of the fact, he still had 7 receptions for 142 yards.
Yeah. It was
and
unreal.
Another thing that I love about Diggs, and I've been preaching it, just get the ball in his hands, his yards after the catch, it's got to be top 5.
Yeah.
I would put Antonio Brown as like just the ultimate back in his prime before he went all crazy. But no, when that guy had the ball in his hands, he was gone.
Yeah.
You had a guaranteed 15 plus yards after a catch.
Yeah.
And Diggs has just been on fire after the yards.
Yeah, it's been unbelievable. His acceleration after catching the ball is unreal. My favorite part of the game was on that 64 yard bomb.
Yeah,
right?
Yep.
And he's just going
like at the end of the game. Oh yeah, right.
And they finally get him down, and he's just laying there, and it's like,
does this?
Well,
no.
Well, he did that to that guy because he was trying to pop it out again.
Like, nah, you ain't getting it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And that's anytime he goes like that, or any wide receiver, I'm like, just hold on the ball, please, like he's coming. So that was, but I love the little moments, and that was one of those like, no. Yeah. Hey, are we going to talk about the offense anymore?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. This is fire away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because last time I was here,
yes,
I had a big old stat book. I spent like good 20 minutes on it. I didn't get to use it, and now I'm going to, because the points that I had are still very relevant today. So we're 5-2, doing much. I think eye test and stat wise, we're doing much better than last year. I think this is a more fun season minus the dick stuff, and I think a lot of that is because of the big boys up front, the offensive line. It is dramatic how much our stats have increased, and a lot of it is to do with them. So I looked at the rushing stats from 2018 for the first 7 games. We were averaging 87.43 yards per game. Can you guess what we're averaging this year?
Say that one again.
So 2018 rushing stats, total as a team, we rushed for 87.43 yards per game through week 7. What is it this year?
All right, Joe, you got a first guess? No. Okay, I'm gonna say it's like 115. Probably a little less. It's probably a little less.
A little
than
less. You think a little less? He's probably right.
I was gonna say
it's a little less.
But...
Yeah, it's a little less. 160. We're averaging 160 yards a game this year.
A game?
A game.
Whoa.
Because we've had 2 games where we've gone for.
I thought my guess was too high. Is what I meant to say.
Yeah.
I
was playing.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, we've rushed for over 200 yards twice. We rushed for 198 week 2, and as much as Dalvin's back, Dalvin was hurt last year. We all know that. This is a different offensive line.
Yeah,
and the holes that the Hogs are creating is phenomenal. But it doesn't just stop at rushing. I don't know why it was so hard for me to find quarterback pressures online. I couldn't do it, so I just got sacks and hits. Through 7 games last year, we were averaging 2.71 sacks per game and 7.4 quarterback hits.
Mm-hmm.
This year, we've shaved that exactly 1. We're averaging 1.71 sacks per game and 3.4 hits per game. So Kirk is staying up.
Right.
He's not getting pressured as much. They're giving him time to throw it. And when you give Kirk Cousins time to throw, he can hit anyone as long as his wide receivers get open.
Right.
It's when he has that pressure that he's just like, fuck, I don't know what to do.
Yeah. Right. All good. There it is again.
Yeah, I said one earlier too.
Okay.
Did you?
We'll have to bleep it.
Oh, no, it's all good.
Yeah. So I do think, Bradbury's made a difference, but I think everyone else on that line has really stepped up their game.
Right.
And I don't think, God forbid they get hurt, but I think if that continues, no knocking? Okay.
Oh.
I think we are in a very good position.
Yeah.
Health is going to be the biggest key,
Right.
but it seems to be there's some camaraderie getting formed that there seems like they're meshing better than I've
Right.
seen in the last.
And speaking of
years.
health, we
Mhm.
really haven't had too many injuries, knock on wood, this year as compared to the past couple of years.
Yeah.
I know the prior year our offensive line was just disseminated.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that's a really good point. And you got Alexander Madison and Cook are both just absolutely tearing it up.
Yeah, big fan of Madison.
Yeah.
And then I got to sprinkle in Ham too, because he is doing a lot of work.
He's a big boy.
Yeah.
Because nowadays you don't really see the fullback position in today's kind of style of NFL.
Yeah.
Watching him just bulldoze through people
Yeah.
is the most fun I've had.
He's thick with 3 C's. and I
Yeah.
love it. Yeah.
Listen, the Packers have had, Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers.
Mhm.
Well, you know what? We've had Zach Line and CJ Ham. So why is no one talking about that?
That's true.
We'll talk about this off air.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think those positions are, and I think our tight ends are blocking well too.
Yeah.
And I listened to Fan Line after the game, and they talked to Rudolph, and he's like, "This is not something I'm done. This is not something I'm great at, but he's doing a great job, just taking what the team gives him and contributing as such."
Right.
So,
And he's a team player, so he recognizes
Yeah.
that. He won't put up like an argument,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Anything else on the offense that's immediately jumping out, or can I talk about how lost the defense
I
felt
was gonna
today?
say let's be happy for one more second.
1 second. Big fan of BZ Johnson.
Thank you, Joe.
Yeah.
Yes.
BC or BZ?
Olabisi.
It's Olabisi.
BC,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
So like BC.
Yeah.
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 No, that's a good point.
Yeah.
He stepped in nice. Oh, and that leads me to a question. We had a fan question that I guess I didn't per se ask for it.
Yeah.
But let me pull it up on a post that we made. Well,
I didn't want it.
I know. Yeah, Ben, you keep commenting on our videos and stuff and providing nice engagement. And you put a smile on my face. But anyways, so here, I want to ask both of you guys. So this question was, what do you guys think they will do when Doxson and BB come off IR? Do you think they keep all six of our wide receivers, or cut Laquan and one of the others, or keep Laquan or vice versa? And then his other follow up was, also, does BZ stay as number 3 or do they give it back to BB?
Here's what I think.
First of all, Laquan.
I think we take Treadwell.
Hang on. Joe has something to say.
No, I was just gonna say no.
Oh, there you go, Ben. There's your answer, buddy.
I was
No,
going to take it one
Laquan.
step for further. I would cut Treadwell, pick him up, cut him, pick him up, cut him for the rest of the season. So his life just doesn't make sense anymore. I think if all those guys come back and they show enough in practice, I think Treadwell's gone. I even think Doxson maybe. And it's one game against Detroit's 30th ranked in the NFL.
Yeah.
Pass defense, they're not great. So I need to see what BC can do in 3 games. Can he string together this success? But like everything I saw out of him, he looked consistent, and he looked like you put the poor man's Adam Thielen out there, which is still
right.
It didn't feel like production lacked at all.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say I think we would, if we needed to keep create room for a roster spot, I think Treadwell would be the one to go.
Yeah.
Because I do think in today's NFL and kind of the way that the Vikings are headed, we're going towards quicker wide receivers, and Treadwell just doesn't have the speed. And I kind of compare him a little bit to Kyle Rudolph.
Mm-hmm.
He's on the slower side. He really just can't get down the field if you're trying to do a deep pass play. He's just on that little play action. He rolls out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think Treadwell kind of fits that build where it's on a short play and he's just not able to be explosive, if you will. Whereas we saw Chad Beebe against the Bears. He kind of brought us out of it there in the first half when we were down on a little route. He busted it for like 50 plus yards. Yeah. And same with Doxson. We know he's quick too. Yeah. Another first round bust. But
yeah, definitely. And I get the investment in Treadwell.
For sure, yeah.
The other issue with Treadwell is he lacks one very major thing that wide receivers need, is the ability to catch the ball. You guys didn't really mention that part. But he can't put his hands to where the ball's gonna be and then close around.
Speaking of which, there was a second Laquan Treadwell highlight video that was released. There's the first one of him back with Bradford where he caught like a 10-yard, slant route, and that was the end of the highlight. And then another one came out at the end of the Giants game, I think, or whatever game it was, where he got a little out route again. But yeah,
it's slowly building.
It is.
It's eventually
one
gonna
day
have
he'll
maybe...
score another touchdown.
Yeah.
But back to
For
the initial point that we were getting to was talking about the defense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I just feel like some of these games, the defense just doesn't seem there. I don't know if Zimmer if teams are figuring him out, or if our defense is getting a little on the older side. They're not old, but we've had these same names for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years now.
Which is great, I think, on the whole.
For sure. For chemistry purposes.
I think that defense knows how good it is. I think they know the potential they can play up to. I think that hurts them in games where they know the opponent and they think they can, not bring 110%. Maybe not Harrison Smith. Harry the Hitman's always there, but it just feels like they play down to the competition sometimes. I also think scheme-wise, it wasn't great. There were some moments where there was one catch, and I don't know if it was Marvin Jones or who it was. He caught everything.
Ball. Yeah.
We didn't see a Viking for 30 yards.
Yeah, right.
And won the first half. And part of that has to be scheme. So I don't know if they just caught him in the right mix, but it just didn't. That fire wasn't there, and I can't remember where I saw it, but it was, and third down was awful first half.
Right.
I think Detroit was 5 for 7 on first down.
Yeah.
And then they just totally shut him down in the second half.
Right. Which Zimmer always thrives in the second half. He makes proper adjustments.
But I think that also speaks to a sense of urgency that the defense doesn't have, because they feel like they can make up for that in the second half, where it's you can't go into Seattle and do that.
Mm-hmm. Right. That's what I was going to say. You're going to Patriots, Seattle, name any top 10 team there, and you're going to be scrambling with your pants on fire during the game.
It's not
No, and I just want to say, I think I've noticed it as he's gone through his career, but this is the oldest I've seen Xavier Rhodes look. It truthfully, I don't know.
It's noticeable.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
when Trey Waynes outplays you on a day,
right,
that's not good.
Yeah, and I don't know if there's something else going on, or if I know aside from the quarterback position, I think quarterback position. Aside from that position, the cornerback position is the next most heavily scrutinized position in football.
Yeah.
It's very easy to just kind of poke fun at Trey Waynes. Do you guys know what
your favorite? Right?
Do you guys know what Trey Waynes' favorite move is?
No, what?
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh man,
the old man, yeah.
Oh jeez.
But I don't know. I just feel like Rhodes has aged dramatically.
Yeah.
And I think Zimmer demands a lot of it as players.
Well, Zimmer was furious.
Yeah, and that's not the first time this season they've shown him yelling at
Xavier. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I do think, while it's a good thing, he puts a lot of pressure on his players. When it goes south very quickly.
Right.
And I think he's feeling that. He has half a season to show he's worth that money.
Right.
And I do think he is, but like you said, cornerback is probably the second most important position on a team.
For sure.
Because the first is quarterback. And, if you're letting up touchdowns like that, what are we going to do with you?
Right. Yeah. It just seems like he's just a fraction of a second behind on everything.
Yeah.
Just a fraction. And in this sport, it's a game of inches,
Yeah.
And that's just,
Yeah.
So, any other comments on Rhodes, per se, or the defense?
I think there's a lot of people who want us to trade him. I don't think it's time yet.
I did want to talk about that. Yeah. Is that a potential trade deadline move?
It would have been if his value's high. It's not.
Yeah, it's not anymore. Yeah.
Especially with that. How much is he making?
I don't have a clue.
He's got to be paid in the top 5 of quarterbacks.
Right.
And if you're not producing like that, it's kind of like Wiggins,
right.
On the Wolves. We all see the potential and what he can be, but it's if he's not living up to that, I'm not going to shell out that much cap space on him if he can't cover the wide receiver 2.
Right. Exactly.
So I think, if we're talking about when we should have traded him, it was off season.
Yeah.
But like I said, he has time to rebound. And then it's a question of, because Waynes is a free agent next year, and not Hurst. Alexander's a free agent next year.
Or Madison. McKenzie. Yeah.
So we'll see what they do with that. Not this podcast, but I maybe it's my trusting nature, but I would like to see him get a chance to prove himself as the All-Pro we know he can be.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, and I wanted to talk about Barr's penalty at the end of the first half there. It was 21-14. There was about less than 30 seconds left. It was a 3rd and 9.
Mhm.
I think we got him to throw an incomplete pass. There was a holding on Griffin, so it would have pushed him back too.
Yeah.
And then Barr just had to,
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
He had to push him down.
Yep.
Yep.
It was, in my opinion, I thought that was about as unnecessary as it could have got.
Yeah, definitely. I do think, I will say in his defense, I think if he didn't go for the head like he did, I don't know if it, I think it still would have been called, but it wouldn't have been as egregious.
If it was just a shove and
Yeah.
not a, like, yeah.
Yeah, but because it was up on that, like, you know, that neckline, it that's always, you know, you stick a finger in some guy's nose and it's 15 yards.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Not just some guy.
yeah,
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
Have I ever told you guys how much I love Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, he's the best, isn't he? So great. 6 touchdowns this week.
What a god.
Good old Aaron.
Just a man among boys.
I'm so happy this isn't a Packer podcast.
Yeah, no, that would suck.
That would suck because the Packers suck.
So, high fives around.
Sorry, I'll leave.
So I got a question for you guys.
Hit me.
AP in his prime or Cook right
I
now?
heard this on the radio.
Yeah, somebody.
Oh, was that on the radio?
I
Oh.
just saw this somewhere else too.
Yeah, this is
somebody
starting
asked
to be-
this.
All right, I thought this was an authentic Pat question,
No,
but
I'm sorry. Joe,
Um,
since I've been talking a lot, you should start this.
I kind of think I would take Cook in his prime.
Why?
I don't know.
and I know you can't do, you know, a tit for tat exactly, you know, there's too many factors to go into
Yeah.
it. But if you were building a team today,
I guess my first
in today's
thought,
NFL, if you were building a team in today's NFL,
Mhm.
would you take AP in his prime where he was a complete monster?
absolute.
Or
Beast.
Cook in his versatility. He can catch, he can run, his footwork is got to be the best in the league,
And
man.
that's what I'm thinking is he's definitely a better receiving back. Like he I don't remember how many times we had like passes to Peterson where he caught it.
Very few. Yeah. Well, there was the one to Brett Favre where he chucked it. Was that what you were going to say?
That was good. Yeah.
And he completely bulldozed that Pittsburgh
Yeah.
cornerback, which would have been a penalty in today's NFL.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I forgot about that one.
I
Oh
think he
my
killed the
god. Yeah. He ended his career.
Yeah.
But so you're saying you would prefer Cook?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about you, Stadnik?
There's definitely an argument for that, and I think Joe actually hit it spot on. He is more versatile, and you need someone who can be on the field for all 3 downs because you couldn't put Adrian on the field for 3rd down.
Right.
He
We did
just-
have Chester Taylor back in the day.
Chester
Yeah.
Taylor, God bless.
Yeah.
Here's what I'll say. I don't think this is a fair argument yet because I don't think we know what Cook's prime is because I don't think he's at it yet.
That's
terrifying.
that's very true. Right. Yeah.
In today's NFL, I probably lean Cook, but I can say confidently that there wasn't a more dominant rusher that I've ever seen other than AP.
Yeah.
At his time, like he was the true ideal where it was like anytime he touched that he could go for
Right.
however long he needed to. So
8-9 in the box too.
it didn't matter.
Yeah.
And that's all we really had back then was
Right.
him. I would have loved to seen him with like a passing game. But anyways, well, I guess we had Favre that one year. Anyways.
Well, you mean the year that we won the Super Bowl? All right, thanks, guys.
So I hesitate to answer the question. I guess I lean Cook, but I think Adrian is a more dominant player in his era, and it would be hard for me to say no.
Yeah.
Can we leave the off the field stuff? Can that not be?
Like AP stuff?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I wasn't even factoring
Yeah,
that.
then
Did he
Adrian,
have
yeah.
off the field stuff? Okay, wait. So you're saying AP?
I think if I'm building a team today, it's hard for me
That's
not
tough.
to say Adrian.
Yeah.
I get the Cook catching angle, but if I'm building my own team, I have other pass catchers on it. So.
I'm tempted to not answer the question.
You asked it.
I know, but I really don't want to pick.
Yeah.
I just wanted you to.
I
Fight it
mean,
out.
AP also dropped the ball more, right?
He had.
But are
he
you
had
referring to
bad
the passing?
fumbleitis.
Oh,
No,
you mean just fumble? Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
He just
Yeah,
couldn't hold on to
Yeah.
anything.
yeah. I think he had a couple in the NFC Championship game too.
Sure did.
That would have cost us the game. I don't remember that.
Okay, well he wasn't the only one. I think we had 6 total.
We
It
did.
was
Yeah.
bad. Do you remember? Nope, we're not getting into that.
Let's not talk about
Yeah,
it.
I'm fine.
I do have nightmares about that game.
Just
But,
night sweats, just wake up. God.
Yeah, so those are just a couple cool questions I had. Any
no.
other? What's that?
No more?
Well, not
I
that.
like questions.
Yeah, I love questions. Those are like my 4 that I had that I wanted to talk about. We're already at 26
That was
minutes.
4 questions?
That's 3.
Was it 3?
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, was it 2?
Maybe it was like no. I thought I asked.
What year is it?
Oh. Well, Ben kind of had 2, and then that was a
right,
third.
right.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll ask a question to you.
I'm gonna allow this one to go over 30 minutes a little bit because
Thank you.
Yeah, because I'm enjoying this one.
This will be a quick one. Would you allow Adam Thielen to play on Thursday?
No.
I
That
would-
is a great question, actually.
I
Yeah,
would
that's a great question.
Strip him of his helmet, his pads. He couldn't even get in the goddamn stadium.
No, there's no reason for him to play.
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
Exactly. Yeah, because
Yes.
we're playing Washington again. Here's another question: Is this a trap game? This was another question I had. Is this a trap game? We've got Case Keenum coming back.
Yikes.
We've got AP, which I no longer consider him a threat, but
Yeah, for sure.
a little excitement and fire under his butt. Is this a trap game, and do we need to be concerned heading into this week?
Joe's got an answer.
I think we always have to be concerned heading into every game.
Because every game's important, right?
Every
Every
game's
game is important.
Evan McLaughlin.
No, I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's necessarily a trap game. I think we'll be fine. But yeah, there's something.
You mean with their QB carousel and their coaching carousel?
And just Dan Snyder being the worst sports owner in the history of sports. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So with
Also, Cousins is going to want to prove himself.
exactly, that's true too. Yeah. Cousins is gonna. Yep. Exactly.
Yeah.
How weird will it be to see Case back? Because he hasn't been back.
I mean, he played for Denver.
Yeah, but we didn't.
We don't think he came to Minnesota, and we didn't play him, and we never played him. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a really nice tribute to start the game,
as there should be.
and people are going to be crying. People are going to be proposing.
Yeah.
There's babies are going to be
Proposing.
babies are going to be
both.
babies are going to be getting made right there.
Born even.
But then right after that video and that gallon horn sounds, it's all bets are off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All bets are on, man. I think they're gonna slaughter him.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like you asked if it's a trap game, it can be. Any game could be a trap game, and if the defense doesn't shore up what we just talked about and come out flying, they're a different defense at home too. I said this before the Bills game last year, but I just don't see a world where Washington musters enough to come out on top. That team is so depleted, and I don't think any one of them wants to play for that owner. Like that team's a mess.
Right.
And I love it.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Like if they play down, then yeah, there's always a chance. But like it just feels, especially on a short week, like it just feels good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm with it.
So I want it to look like they're playing a college football team.
You want like a 60-0
That's what I
victory,
want.
Alabama over some random schmuck
Or something. Yeah.
on Thursday night. Kirk throwing for 10 touchdowns, 11.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any opinions on the officiating this year?
It's garbage.
Are we trending to Pat McAfee was talking about it. The officiating.
Your best friend.
Pat. I've sent you a couple emails. Haven't gotten back to me. It's okay. I know you're busy. He was saying that the officiating was bad when we had the replacement refs, and it just kind of has that vibe to it.
I was gonna say this is the worst year since the replacement ref year.
Yeah,
it's really been poor.
I did love the people dressed in and then clown faces.
Yeah.
Was the best. And the one guy that threw the
There had to have been
flag,
50 plus fans dressed in ref gear at that Lions game.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was awesome. This is going to be, I'm of the firm belief that within the next 10 years, the NFL is going to lose its dominance as the sport of America. Maybe.
Wow. I haven't heard that said since my good buddy Spencer Polera.
Oh, Spence.
He keeps saying that, and he's saying that the NBA is heading towards the
That's what
dominance.
Alex keeps
No, I don't agree.
I know. That's for another podcast.
I personally think the MLB is going to make a comeback.
Oh, shut your face. Go do your fantasy curling.
Hey, if I got into the MLB this year, I think that's something to be said about that.
That's true.
That's true.
That's actually
on
very
our
true.
life podcast, we can discuss how to save the MLB. But I do think this couldn't come at a worse time for the NFL.
Yeah.
Because you have, these atrocious players beating the crap out of their kids, out of their spouses in droves. Now, you have a front office that clearly only cares about the bottom line and not doing the right thing for players, their family, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Goodell is awful.
Yep.
And you have this research coming out now in droves that's saying you're basically cutting 30 years off your life if you play in the NFL for so long.
Yep.
And I think there's this perfect storm that they have bungled time after time after time. And now this ref thing's a mess. Refs don't know what to call. New York doesn't know what to call anymore. It's because these rules have gotten so convoluted at this point that no one knows what the hell they're doing.
Right.
We've eliminated common sense from this. And as long as they keep doing that, it's going to keep getting worse.
Well, and that's where I'm frustrated because I can see a play and I go, it's not a penalty. Or that's a penalty. Like, it's, for the most part, it's pretty clear, cut, and dry.
Yeah.
Like, you can see. And I know in the game when the refs are actually there and there's so much going on, I'm going to give them a little bit of a pass because we're sitting on the couch. It's zoomed in. It's slowed down. So it looks very, very obvious. But, like, there are times when the play's going on and I see a clear holding and I'm sitting there throwing my fake flag like a psychopath in front of the TV.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I don't even think the refs themselves are fully to blame with this overreaction of expanding replay. I just don't think anyone knows what to do. Like, all these guys have been in the league 15 years. You know what I mean? So it's like they're not new to their job, but there's something that was said this offseason or something done that has frazzled these guys to the point of not being able to call it like they usually are.
Yeah, that's true.
And it is human error, and it's like that's part of it, but like this is just, it's been obscene.
Right.
The booth review thing in the game was super weird.
Yeah.
Of the pass interference that was maybe also called an interception or whatever it was.
I hate the moments where it's like, yeah, no, we called that right in the field, but this guy all the way over there was doing something wrong.
Now
so we're
that's frustrating.
That's BS.
Well, that was Cook against Packers.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I don't know what they do about it. I really think we just, I just think we overreacted too much to that Saints-Rams game.
Yeah. Well, that was, as much as I love that, because Sean Payton and the New Orleans Saints can forever die, can disappear right there with those Green Bay Packers. But yeah, no, I think that kind of convoluted everything, and now things are getting way crazy.
Yeah,
but
and if they would have just called that right on the field as it should have been,
which
we wouldn't be in this situation.
But now we're not looking at a Saints Super Bowl victory. So
that makes me feel good too.
Anyways, if that's the downfall of the NFL and that's how it happened, I'm okay with that.
Let it burn. Yeah.
Anyways, I just want to get your guys' opinions because you're not back next week on Washington and the Vikings.
Okay.
Score predictions. Al, hit me. If you need a second to think, Joe, if you got an answer, you can go first.
I told you mine.
What was score though? What did you have for score? 60 to nothing. Okay. Yep. Okay. Al.
I'm gonna say 36, 14.
Okay. All right.
That's my prediction.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I will save mine for next week with Sam.
Ooh, saucy.
But that is all for today's episode. I want to thank my guests, Alex Stadnik again. Smile for the camera. And Joe.
Also, could you do like a side-by-side of the last time? I think the last time I was on was the last time I shaved.
Yeah.
And it's just, I feel gross.
Yeah, I will do I'll do side-by-side. Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah.
I'll do that. And yeah, that is the end of the episode. Thanks again for listening, everyone.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
And again, listen to these guys. I'll link their stuff again like I did last time.
Yeah.
Check them out. They've got a fun podcast about movies. If you love movies, I don't watch too many movies, except for The Gift.
The Gift. Big Gift fan.
Big Gift fan.
What episode is this?
This is episode 14.
This has been episode 14 of Dig Sideline Podcast, and here is to 14 more episodes.
Just 14?
That's part of it.
That's just what...
You obviously haven't got to the end of our podcast.
No, I have not. I'm sorry.
We do.
All right. Thanks again, guys.
Good victory today. We fought our rear ends off. Today it's a hell of a job. I have one game ball I'm going to give out right now to number 8. Hey, and the rest of the offense gets one too. Hey, we need to go get this next win now, folks. Okay? We need to clean up what we did wrong today, okay? And keep the good things that we did going, right? Ran the ball. We had 140 yards receiving with Diggs. We had 140 yards rushing with Cookie. Okay? That's a hell of a job, fellas. All right? All right, Kirk. Now you can go.
Now this speaks. Hey, we got a short week. We got to be a pro this week, man. Get ready and get to 6-2 at the halfway point, man. Get to 6-2 and set ourselves up for that halfway point. Let's go. Vikes on 3. 1, 2, 3. Vikes!